Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Glow Up Podcast. If you are new to my podcast, my name is Megan and we talk all things self-love, self-care, confidence, Jesus, you name it. So I don't really know what to title this episode, to be quite honest with you guys. I just feel like I needed to get on here and just share this. So the other day, my cousin and I were talking just about our journeys and kind of sharing things here and there. And one of the things that really stuck out to me about our conversation is sometimes in our journeys, we're called to be the person that we didn't have. And I'll explain that. So in my particular case, I was complaining about in this entrepreneurship journey how no one really supports each other. It's almost like, you know, we all have these businesses, we all have these different things that we're doing, and we know that we have them, but no one's like really helping each other out. And it was frustrating to me because I'm like, I have all these friends, I have all these people who are doing all these great things, but yet we can be so much further along if we were to help each other out and like, you know, just share a post, create like something that we can all like come together and talk about our struggles and our challenges and just support each other, because we all know how hard it is to be an entrepreneur. And it dawned on me that, you know, I felt like the Lord was like telling me like, maybe you're called to be the solution to that problem. You know, and sometimes we look at things and we're frustrated about how things are, but sometimes when there's a problem, you are the solution. And so I got to thinking, I'm like, you know, maybe what I can do is start supporting my friends, like start just sharing their stuff on my Instagram and just sharing, you know, what they do and just putting them out there and just kind of being what I would want someone to be for me, but being that for somebody else. And that's another message. You know, be the person that you would like people to treat you. Do that to somebody else, and eventually, you know, it'll come back for you. And so it got me thinking, like, I need to be able to support other people's businesses. I'm going to be the one that, you know, maybe brings people together and talk about our struggles and come together and do events and things like that to help support and motivate each other on this entrepreneurship journey. You know, I have friends that are entrepreneurs, and I'll be quite honest with you. When you're building a business, you're so focused on you building your business that, you know, you feel like you ain't got time to be supported and sharing other people's stuff. But I think we all have to take a step back and just take a few minutes and we all have the same struggles. So how can we overcome those same struggles is by working together and just sharing. One post, you know, on my story, just sharing something, you know, my friend just opened up a hair salon, you know, sharing that, like, even though it may not be in my area, just pouring out and sharing, because that will get to other people. And I'll be quite honest with you, like with me and my husband, we're building or adding on to our family business. And a lot of it was just word of mouth, just people just sharing it. And it's grown tremendously. But the power of just working together and sharing, it grew so fast. And I'm like, do you know, if we all work together, how further along we could be in our businesses, how further along that we could be in life if we actually just took a step back and just helped somebody else and put somebody else on or put somebody else's name in the hat. You know, and I'm speaking to myself too. You know, like I said, I took a step back and I'm like, well, am I supporting other people's businesses? Am I putting other people's name in the hat? And quite frankly, I wasn't. And so I had to kind of ask myself, Megan, like, you're over here complaining, but you know, you could be the solution to that. Why don't you take the first step and start supporting other people's businesses and putting their names out there, and maybe creating a group where we can all talk about our struggles and how we can support one another. And so I guess that was a whole lot that was said in this. But I guess the biggest takeaway is, you know, sometimes we are the solution to the problems that, you know, we are complaining about. Sometimes God is saying, okay, you see that there's a problem, so why don't you be the one to create the solution? And also, taking a step back and, if we are complaining about something, asking yourself, well, are you contributing to the problem as well? Like, how can you do things differently to make sure that this isn't a constant issue that we're seeing? And I'm finding that, especially with women, it's just so, I don't know what it is in our community, why it's so difficult for us to support one another. And I think it has to do a lot with, healing or whatnot. I have no idea, but I'm like, girl, if I can help my sister out, like, because it's hard in these streets, y'all, especially when you building and you're trying to get your name out there and it's hard, man. And so we got to stick together, y'all. Like, we really do got to stick together, especially with us being, minority women too. It's hard enough for us. So I'm like, whatever we got to do to stick together and help each other out, let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm challenging myself. I'm going to be the solution to the problem and really start sharing and creating a space for us to just kind of talk about our issues and talk about, the struggles of entrepreneurship and try to figure out ways that we can help support. And I think times too, when we keep our mouths closed and we don't want to tell people what we're going through, that kind of creates problems too, because closed mouths don't get fed. You're in a part of your journey where, you just got started, but your sister overcame that challenge, and she could pour into you and tell you how she overcame that challenge. But oftentimes we don't want to let other people know that we're struggling. We want everyone to make it seem like we're doing all good on the outside, but really we're struggling. And being vulnerable and just having those conversations like, look, I need help with this. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with, this limited belief. Like, how did you get over these limited beliefs as a business owner? And just sharing that. And it goes a long way. It really does. And so the other thing too is, I'm just actually going to stop there today. I feel like I'm rambling. I feel like I'm totally rambling, but so I just wanted to get on here and just share that. If you got any key takeaways, let me know. And, I challenge you all just to, if you got a girlfriend who is building a brand or building a business, just share a post on your story, share a post on your actual page, and just highlight her, shout her out. That goes a long way. So let's make a change, and I will chat with you guys next time. Bye.